Welcome to Online Storytime with Mrs. Venable. Thanks so much for joining me today. Hi everyone, welcome back to week 5 of Online Storytime with me, Mrs. Venable. Shout out to all my Mops Cubs. I hope you guys are safe and well at home and hanging in there with our last couple of weeks of online learning. Today I'm going to have the same guest reader from last week joining me, my husband, Mr. Venable.
Hey guys.
Today we're going to be reading one of my very favorite books. It's called Mother Bruce by Ryan Higgins, and it's all about a very grumpy bear named Bruce who ends up in a very unexpected situation, and Bruce will be voiced by Mr. Venable. This video is being produced with permission from the author and illustrator Ryan Higgins. Before we read the book, though, I want to share some awesome extension activities that were submitted to me last week after our story, Noodle Magic. Thank you to all the students who submitted work to me. Thanks for tuning in to Storytime. Last week, our book was Noodle Magic by Roseanne Greenfield Thong. For your extension activity, I challenged you to first learn about some different types of foods that kids from different countries like to eat for lunch. Then I asked you to tell me about a recipe that your family likes to cook together. I had some great submissions and I'd like to share a couple of them with you now. Jalea from 2nd grade wrote that she thought that the Australian food sounded really good because she likes stir-fried rice and potatoes. She also described a meal that she and her family cooked together, lemon pepper chicken wings. She described her chicken wings as crunchy, golden brown, tender, and tasty. It's sour like lemon with a hint of salt and pepper. Wow, Jalea, your writing was so descriptive I could really taste what your lemon pepper chicken wings must taste like. Yum. Jeremiah from 2nd grade wrote that he learned about different foods in different places and that he liked the Japanese food of fried pepper and steak and fruits. He also wrote that he and his family make salads together with lettuce, tomatoes, boiled eggs, bacon bits, onions, and ranch dressing with pork chops on the side. Jeremiah, that meal sounds so healthy and delicious, and I love your picture. Last, Angelina from 1st grade shared with us that she thought all the kids' meals looked interesting, but that she likes what she eats for lunch more. She wrote, "My family is from Colombia and our family likes to eat rice and beans mixed together, and it tastes very delicious." And she shared a really delicious looking picture of the rice and beans. Thank you so much to these students for submitting your awesome work. Before we read our story, let's talk about a couple of questions to get ready. Remember, you can pause the video after each of these questions to think about the answers and discuss them with a family member. First, look at the title on the front cover of this book. Our book this week is called Mother Bruce by Ryan Higgins. Why do you think the word Goose is crossed out on the front cover and changed to Bruce? What information do you already know about baby birds? Here we have the title page of our book, which tells us the title and the author and illustrator of the book. Our book this week is Mother Bruce by Ryan Higgins. I also wanted to share this page with you because I got to meet Ryan Higgins at a book festival a few years ago, and he signed this copy for me so you can see his signature and where he drew me a couple of pictures. Bruce was a bear who lived all by himself. He was a grump. He did not like sunny days. He did not like rain. He did not like cute little animals. Bruce only liked one thing: eggs. He collected them from all over the forest.
Good morning, Miss Sparrow.
But Bruce didn't eat eggs raw like other bears. Instead, he cooked them into fancy recipes that he found on the internet. One day, Bruce came across a recipe for hard-boiled goose eggs drizzled with honey salmon sauce. So he went out to get the ingredients. First, he caught a few salmon. Then he collected honey from a local beehive. He liked to support local business, you see. Last, he went to Mrs. Goose's nest to pay her a visit.
Are these eggs free-range organic?
At home, Bruce prepared the eggs for hard boiling. But the fire in his stove fizzled, so he went out to get more wood. When Bruce came back, he was met with an unwelcome surprise. Mama! Bruce became the victim of mistaken identity. Bruce wanted hard-boiled eggs, not goslings. He supposed he could settle for buttered goslings on toast, but for some reason he lost his appetite. Bruce scooped up the little geese and stomped back to their nest.
I'll have to ask Miss Goose about her return policy.
Only to find Miss Goose had flown south early. Be back in April. Bruce left the goslings there anyway and went back home. But he was followed. Mama! Mama! Bruce was very stern and said things like,
Go away.
and
I am not your mother.
also,
I liked you better when you were eggs.
Bruce could take it no longer and became extra grumpy with them.
Roar!
It didn't work. Goslings always follow their mother, even if she is a he and he is a bear. Mama? Mama? Bruce was stuck with them. He tried to make the best of it. It was hard work. Blech! Ew! Yuck! Zzz. As the seasons passed, Bruce watched the pesky goslings grow older. Annoying baby geese, stubborn teenage geese, boring adult geese. Then, one fall afternoon, he saw other goose families flying south. Finally, he'd be rid of those geese and he could take a long winter nap. Bruce explained migration, but they didn't listen. Bruce needed the geese to leave, so he got creative. Nothing worked. The geese would not leave Bruce. So Bruce decided to pack some bags and take his geese into town. They boarded a bus and migrated to Miami. Now, every winter, Bruce and his geese head south together. They laze about at the beach in tacky shirts, sipping ice-cold lemonade while Bruce dreams of new recipes that don't hatch. Mama? Let's talk about a couple of after-reading questions now that we've read our story. Retell this story in your own words. Use sequence keywords such as first, then, next, and last as you write your summary. Think about the main character in this story, Bruce. How does he change from the beginning of the story to the end? How does he stay the same? Last, Ryan T. Higgins is the author and the illustrator of this story. What does an author do? What does an illustrator do? We also have a new extension activity challenge for you to try this week. I want you to learn a little bit more about the author and illustrator of Mother Bruce, Ryan T. Higgins. I'm attaching a video called Studio Time with Ryan Higgins that I want you to watch. After you watch the video, answer these questions. First, which of these words would you use to describe Ryan T. Higgins? You can choose more than one. Is he serious, silly, boring, funny, or sad? How do you know? Provide evidence from the video or from this book to support your answer. Last, I want you to do your best to draw Bruce using the instructions from the video. You can share your writing and your illustrations with me by email at venableb@russellcsd.net, or you can post your work on Google Classroom. Thanks so much for joining me at Storytime today. Remember to look for new Storytime videos posted every Wednesday on this YouTube channel, on your teacher's Google Classroom, or on the Mount Olive Primary School Facebook page. Next week we'll be reading My Rotten Red-Headed Older Brother by Patricia Polacco. Happy reading! Love, Miss Venable.